Welcome back to Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming two vivacious young ladies. It was their first time on the program this morning. She is the executive director, the founder and executive director of Shame, Miss Lynette Reddie. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing just fine. Also, it is executive and founder of No Sister Left Behind.
No, is that what that says? Please correct me. Thank you, please. But you've got a lot of titles. You're CEO of NAACP of Missouri City and Vicinity Homes Living Solutions, Chase Bank, Cross Connections, National Financial Literacy, WFG. You got 17 jobs, man. Right?
Those are some of the people that we are working with on the toy drive that we're going to be doing on December 21st.
Okay, that's what that is. Okay.
Yes,
well, let me introduce you the other young lady who is with you, Miss Janice, Leonard, who is also a part of No Sisters Left Behind and the CIA Life Management. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. I'm doing well. So you've got you've got two events going on that is both happening on December 21st, and that's this Saturday, right? This Friday. This Friday. It's a Friday. The 21st is a Friday. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm getting my Christmas days mixed up. So tell us about, first, tell us about No Sisters Left Behind and how it started and the inspiration behind that.
Definitely. Come from Louisiana, Shreveport, and grew up a little bit with not a lot from my family, from support. And I just really saw a lot of the need with the young girls, having babies at an early age and just not a lot of support. So I created the foundation. When I moved here, I saw the same thing, but more so on a triple level of young women that was having babies and not a lot of education. So I'm big on education, and I decided to pray on it, get a foundation started, and that name just rang the bell for what has happened to me and what I can do to help impact the lives of other young girls and women.
Indeed. That's great. That's so well needed, so much needed.
Absolutely.
Because every day we're dealing with that.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah. So, and it's not just for women. I've actually helped a lot of men. I did a 21-bed facility for housing. I do a lot of STEM programs, youth initiatives. We just had Stormy Reed here this year with the Wrinkle in Time. So we did a private reception for her with two different schools. One was the Young Women Preparatory Academy that I adopted 2 classrooms. So we do a lot of give back. Nice.
And speaking of giving back, you are having the Let's Be a Blessing Together and Stop the Violence toy drive that is happening on the 21st from 12 until 3 at Southlawn Palms Apartment. That's 7006 Scott Street. So tell us about the toy drive. How many years have you been doing this?
Well, I've been doing toy drives now for the past 5 years. Okay. And for that particular toy drive, I was contacted by Lilani Monroe. And she's with the Home Living Solutions. And she said, hey, I'm from these projects, Southlawn Palms, and we need help. We have a lot of violence going on in that community with the gangs. So I said, we got to come together and have some peace for the holiday for these kids. So let's do a toy drive and then work on some initiatives. And that's some of the stuff that Janice does was the gang violence and stuff. So we decided to put this day of peace together by having this toy drive.
It's a shame that we have to even do that, a day of peace, because just you mentioning, the gang problem, and I've had a lot of different organizations on that are trying to stop the violence in the street, get these young kids, doing something else. And they mention the gang problem, and I keep forgetting about it because it's not getting the media or social media attention that it has. If Houston has a gang problem with these young kids, that's an epidemic, because I'm hearing it from all different neighborhoods across Houston, be it on the north side, be it in 3rd Ward, be it Hiram Clark, be it Sunnyside. It is a problem here. So my mind stays blown every time I hear about,
We got a gang problem. We got a gang problem, and we got to do something about it. And now, as the current president of the NAACP, my goal is to help combat that and work with the city officials and the leaders in the community. And Houston have a gang task force. So we need to come together in unity to help combat these issues in that particular area and areas around the city.
Indeed. You listen to Access Houston. We're talking to Lynette Reddie, the founder and executive director for No Sister Left Behind. And we also have Janice, Leonard, who is here with CIA Life Management. Now, you are also doing a toy drive on Friday the 21st with CIA Life Management. Tell us about your drive, Love and Blessings.
Yes. Well, I've been out here on the battlefield for about 29 years in the gang task force area. I'm very familiar because my program focuses on kids with incarcerated parents. We are at an epidemic stage right now with incarceration, and being that most of the people that's incarcerated, once upon a time it used to be when I did an intake sheet and I asked where the parents were. Almost all the time it was the dad was in jail, at least 80% of the time. Now, when I take that intake sheet, it's both parents being incarcerated. So where did that leave that child? That child now is resulting to some type of family mechanism. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be with a gang. It's going to be in the street.
Yep.
It's going to be someone that's going to give them love because the people that's supposed to be loving them
ain't there.
Aren't there. They're incarcerated. And we're at epidemic proportions at this particular time because you know as well as I do, most of the people that are incarcerated are black and brown.
That's right.
It's just bad to say
it is.
But
it's true.
Now, also, I have 3 generations that I have to go cancel. It's nothing for them to start in anger management. That's a court mandatory program. And then they still end up in the system, go to further cancel them, and the dad is in a couple of cells down. And then if you go to the next unit, you have the grandfather. So
Shut up.
Yeah, so it's nothing to have 3 generations right there. You can do all your counseling right there.
Yeah, because now it's just, it's slavery remixed.
Exactly.
They just remix slavery. And I mean, and it really is there in the 13th Amendment, you are free unless, you commit this crime and you are property of the state. The epidemic that is going on here that you talk about, Ms. Janice, the state of Texas has a lot to do with it. Because I was reading on something about how these private-owned prisons here are getting upset with the state because the state promised them at least 93% occupancy, and they are not seeing what it is that, they were promised.
I just did a Blue Wave Gala. It was so very important to me because the only way that we're going to break the cycle is through the laws that we're making. And I can't say that I'm Democratic or Republican because I'm a nonprofit, but
you're independent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
independent. Yeah, I had to change mine. I was a Democrat. I had to change it too. I'm a registered independent.
Exactly.
Had to.
Exactly. So with that being said, the only way that we're going to change anything is that we have to get out here and make it a priority to vote. Okay. Now, we all know the politicians, they polish things up and they promise a lot of things. But we can hold them to their truth and their promises once it's been made publicly over the mic the way that it's being done now. Okay? So, with all that being said, they have now stocks in prisons.
Yeah.
Okay? You could buy stocks.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so that's going to make it a very profitable organization to be a part of. And we don't look for them because we are so buttonballed and they can't hold us in the system that they have now. They had to take it to a third level, which is give away, buy stocks and make it a profitable situation because we're at capacity.
Mm-hmm.
They let them go early. They let them go most of the time. And it's so different because the people that should be serving time are not.
Yeah.
Right. And the people that walk down the street that's jaywalking in the third strike.
Or they got a joint on them or just a gram of weed or something.
Exactly. What are they going to do when they legalize marijuana? Are they going to let them out?
Listen here.
Legalized. Just not in Texas.
Let me tell you something. This just blows me away, the hypocrisy of this country.
Yes.
With a lot of black and brown folks locked up because of a small amount of weed,
Exactly.
Less than an ounce or whatever. Currently, right now, on our sister station on Magic 102.1, which is the main station that I'm on with my show, The Quiet Storm, we are running a commercial where they are soliciting for people who are interested in the cannabis business. If you want to be a part of this green wave that's going on, we can get you in the and every time I hear it, I was like, this is some BS because there's people that is locked up right now for a joint. And yet, you know what I'm saying? Now the government, now y'all want to start selling weed, but y'all still want to keep the people locked up over that small amount? No.
That's what we got to come back, that pipeline to prison, and to get those people
Oh my
out.
gosh.
Yeah.
Listen, and
Start with
the
education.
school to prison pipeline is so real. I mean, just these young kids in school are being treated. It mirrors the criminal justice system.
Absolutely.
Small little, misbehavior thing.
They put them on meds.
They
label them.
suspend them. Put them on some meds. They get caught back, but their white counterparts who did the same thing. You get detention and you back in school the next day. Versus us, who you missing them days. You got to play catch up. You ain't able to. You end up falling behind. It's just a continuing.
Cycle.
Yeah.
Starting their record.
Starting their record. Starting the record because
Starting their record. Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If they only knew. Well, my program in the very beginning, I taught them, and not that I'm endorsing because of that. This is another story altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna get in trouble about this one. The churches right now used to be a saving grace, but it's not quite the way it used to be. Now they're really
What they doing in the church?
They just making sure that they seats are filled and
Mm-hmm.
their tithes are paid.
Yeah, tithes and offerings is on.
It's always on point. And these kids, the millenniums, they can see right through it.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Most of the time when you teach the kids now, it's going to have to be in some type of private session because they see everything that's going on TV.
Mm-hmm. And on this. And they can pick it up. It stay with them.
Right.
Definitely.
They
This
find
phone.
jets to run around in instead of cars, and no one has a bus so the orphans and the widows could get to church and all that good stuff. So that's another story.
Right.
So I believe in holistic ways of doing things. The way that because all the doctors are making, the mental health system is making so much money off of the different drugs that they're giving our kids. In school, it's nothing for a 6-year-old to come to me and be on 4 meds.
At 6?
At 6.
You better stop. Cut it out.
Yes. And what is that doing to the kidneys and liver? So they be on dialysis by the time they get 25, 26 years of age. They're drinking the water that they're supposed to be drinking.
Well,
What are they drinking?
soda.
and all
So
that.
everything full of sugar. High
Everything.
fructose corn syrup.
Exactly. So you have a cycle from the lower end to the top end of trying to do what? Get us out of here.
But you know what? Well, you're listening to Access Houston. I'm talking to Lynette and Janice from No Sisters Left Behind. They've got 2 toy drive events that is coming up this Friday, the 21st. We'll get back into that in a minute. But yeah, you're right. And my thing is, I'm like, don't y'all know we ain't going nowhere?
They should know it by now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we came over here
By who hands?
in the worst
Conditions.
imaginable. That was our inception, coming over here in the worst conditions
But
imaginable.
yet we what?
We rose. We rise. We still continue to rise. You can't kill us.
No.
You can't take us out.
No.
It is our
Anything
job
that
to
we- yeah.
It's our job to educate our communities. That's why we're here to keep them informed. That's why we're doing what we're doing, so that we can educate them that you got sisters that's coming together to make something positive happen. So if we can do it, everything that we both gone through, so can they.
Yes.
Absolutely. We just gotta get our stuff together and come together as a whole. Stop the Violence tour drive that's happening. And then also, you guys are doing something with healthcare and wellness as well.
Yes, we are.
Talk about it.
All right. You talking to someone that's been in the healthcare field for over 20-something years of my life. And I opened up an outpatient clinic for mental health, Rosenberg's MHC.
Okay.
And now Janice and I are putting together a one-stop shop for wellness. We need to combat mental health, because mental health is real. So for 5 years, I owned the outpatient practice. And now we're going to, she does chiropractic services, and we're going to put together something that's going to be real powerful in the city to help our communities out.
Well, you got to come back on and tell us about that when it, jumps off.
Definitely.
Yeah, indeed.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
indeed. So, yeah, ladies, we could have talked the whole segment about this, but tour drive's happening on this Friday, December the 21st. The first one being, let me make sure y'all times ain't colliding. Okay, so Janice, yours is pretty much all day, 8 to 5.
Yes. So I'll be over there as well that morning.
But we want the city to be covered, because it's our purpose and our calling not to have one child to say they did not
get a
receive
toy.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm centrally located right there at 2600 South Lewis. Everybody know where it is, where Papados, Black Papados, all that good stuff. Okay, and then if you can't make it over there, you can go right down the street, and for the rest of the evening, that whole day from 8 o'clock that morning to 8 o'clock that evening, you have no excuse for your child to have tears in their eyes on Christmas Day. We're covering and blanketing the city to give away toys all day long, 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
We're looking for
Lynette?
donations as well. So you guys
still looking for donations.
Still looking for donations.
Where can they go to get all that
Go to
information?
No Sister Left Behind Foundation. You can PayPal us with the email No Sister Left Behind Foundation @gmail.com, or you can contact me at 832-488-8347. Contact Janice with her organization as well.
832-887-0188. 832-887-0188.
And Lynette, give yours one more time.
832-488-8347.
Okay.
Definitely.
Oof. We're gonna come back. We're gonna have we're gonna do a whole thing around this gang situation, because that bothers me to my core.
One more thing that I would like to mention. I specialize in kids with incarcerated parents, and I have on a daily basis court mandatory classes I'm a CART specialist, certified anger resolution therapist. So we have classes there for anger management, parenting, HIV, shoplifting, decision making, everything right there. We do car accidents in the front of the clinic, and we do the mental health in the back of the clinic. And like she said, later on, we're going to bring the seniors in and do a just full blast mental health, because that's another problem that's need to be talked about.
We're talking about it as well. Yeah.
Mental health is real.
Oh,
Go downstairs, look up under the bridge, you'll find it.
Absolutely. And you'll even find it in the swanky apartment building with the person that's working in corporate job or in oil and gas.
Definitely.
In that nice apartment in that corner behind closed doors. But when they come out, they put, that mask on and go about their day as if, all is well, when they're really suffering inside. So I'm glad that we as a people have finally broke out of that mental prison that therapy is for white folks. Exactly. No, we invented therapy.
Yes.
We invented it.
We gave it to each other.
Yeah.
On the boats. And one of the
even back in the tribes in Africa, we created it.
Right.
Go ahead.
More than ever, I believe that the reason why we can't come together, because do you know how many times the black dollar turns in our community?
Once.
Even if that. I believe that our DNA remembers that trip over here. And I believe the torment of separation, our DNA remembers that. I believe that it's so important that we need to find somebody to go talk to so we can push that out of our system and we could become a better person, become better people, for not only for ourselves, but for the community.
Indeed. Ladies, thank you so much for coming out. Where can they get more information on both toy drives? Where can they go?
More information, No Sister Left Behind Foundation at gmail.com. It's going to be on Facebook as well. We actually have a Instagram page also, so you can find us on Instagram as well, and a website.
Indeed.
NoSisterLeftBehind.com.
Thank y'all for coming through, Lynette, Janice.
Yes.
And we're going to do this again because this is stimulating. We gotta keep this going.
Yes.
We gotta save us.
Yes.
Definitely,
It's
because if
very
we don't,
important.
who will?
You're right. So
Yeah.
thank you all. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you for having us.
No doubt. And thank you for listening to Access Houston.